So yet another multi-billion-dollar conglomerate in the traditional world of finance interested in blockchain technology, an entity that owns a plethora of companies, including, Volvo and Lotus, estimated to have over $200 billion in assets under management, has partnered with a pre-existing blockchain company here in the crypto sphere to create a joint venture headquarters in China. Be sure to stick around till the end to not miss any of what's going on here in the crypto sphere. It would appear continued interest in Bitcoin and crypto does seem to be rather prominent among these rather significant entities among us. Drop a like on the video if you like the video, and be sure to subscribe. Now we're going to recap real quick. EngineeringRobo members already know. They've been hearing it every day. XLM, under the influence of the buy 4, buy 2, and super Robo advisors. Here we have the buy 4 and buy 2 throughout the end of July of 2021. Your investment experienced 64% in upside, and utilizing, coincidentally, all 3 of our chosen Robo advisors throughout September, you were able to capitalize on 28% ROI with bullish and bearish Robo advisors. We have the buy 4 and buy 2 combination throughout the beginning of October of 2021. Your investment experienced 38% in upside in just over a month. And with EngineeringRobo, you were still able to capitalize on 7% ROI with the sell 4 and sell 2 combination throughout November. And you were saved from a crippling and dramatic correction that the whole market proceeded to experience. You lost a good half of your investment in the following months if you chose not to take profit when EngineeringRobo became bearish. So now moving forward, some interesting price action here. It would appear where we last left off, we were not looking like we are currently. So under these conditions, so we've already invested 20% at my support level. We've had several instances ever since the end of January to accumulate at my support level. We were waiting for daily candles to open and close above this descending trend line to put 30% of our investment into XLM, and that parameter was met on the 21st of March. And we also have 2 of our chosen 3 Robo advisors bullish again, similar to the interaction on the 7th of February. So that is where we put our 50% EngineeringRobo based investment ratio into XLM. That was coincidentally on the 21st of March as well, when we opened and closed above the descending trend line here based off of some really nitpicky technical parameters. If you look at the 20th of March, technically, we did not open and close above the descending trend line. However, we did on the 21st, and so that's when you were able to put that 30% into XLM more comfortably. In my opinion, we always go with the flow of the confirmations and watch out for EngineeringRobo. So while invested into XLM on the way up, watch out for resistance overhead. 22 cents is going to be in our way, waiting to give us a hard time. This is a level we've experienced resistance off of, in addition to a bullish instance of support. So this will be a key pivot point. We will have to see how we handle as we make our way toward 27 cents. In my opinion, the strongest level of resistance overhead waiting for us. Feel free to take some profits at that level. However, we always remain 50% invested until bearish parameters have been met. 2 of our chosen 3 Robo advisors have to become bearish for us to consider reducing our investment accordingly or capitalizing on upside. So let me know down below your thoughts on XLM. Here it would appear in a rather bullish state. However, watch out for abrupt changes in momentum, because this is crypto. The multinational automotive car company that owns brands such as Volvo, also Lotus, Polestar, Proton Holdings, and a variety of other companies as well, announced the creation of a joint blockchain venture with headquarters in China. The project aims to develop blockchain technologies and improve blockchain standards, mainly in the automotive industry. Since establishing the joint venture, they have created a digital technology sector subsidiary to invest in cutting-edge technologies, including blockchain. Moreover, the 2 entities plan to offer businesses and customers access to new blockchain platform-based business models and decentralized applications. So Concordium is a blockchain integrating both privacy with accountability through its ID layer. The company says that its protocol level ID ensures that every wallet is associated with a real-world identity verified through a third-party ID provider. Meanwhile, it leverages zero-knowledge proofs to ensure the anonymity of transactions. The platform's native payment coin, known as CCD, is used for paying transaction fees, staking as a reward for node operations, and as collateral or settlement for its decentralized finance protocols. So in my opinion, very bullish here. If you were to ask me, it would appear, implementation of blockchain technology in the automotive industry is going to be rather, interesting to see as we are making the shift towards perhaps, more renewable energy sources, electric vehicles, and whatnot. But, in my opinion, continued activity here in the crypto sphere. We have, multi-billion-dollar conglomerates and or governing bodies, transitioning from the traditional world of finance into Web3, NFTs, the metaverse, or Bitcoin accumulation directly. It would appear, blockchain technology is, making some serious moves. But let me know down below your thoughts on this article. Find it in the description. But Bitcoin currently in a brink of a breakout here, potentially, as we are finding ourselves above the newly visualized multi-$1,000 range of slipping and slapping. So lots going on technically as well as fundamentally. Currently indecision plagues the market. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt has kept us in limbo for the last few months, coming from a very brutal dip and downside. Recapping real quick, EngineeringRobo members already know, utilizing the buy for and moon of our two of our chosen three robo advisors becoming bullish in July. Our investment into Bitcoin experienced 49% in gains, and you were able to capitalize on 32% ROI utilizing the sell for and typically we call it HE double hockey sticks, and I have some like weird fire animation up here on the bottom of the screen, but we're going to call it HEC. Sell for and HEC combination throughout September capitalized on 32% ROI, and then throughout October, buy for and moon came in handy in Bitcoin. Investing into Bitcoin, you experienced 25% in upside, and using that same sell for and HEC combination, you were still able to close your position technically in profit, and you were saved from the crippling downside that we proceeded to experience, a dramatic 42% correction following bearish robo advisors. So now we have been interacting with EngineeringRobo again after coming from my support level. $34,655 per Bitcoin has been our target here for this downside ever since bearish robo advisors in November. This has been the strongest level of support we were waiting for this entire sort of move downward. And since interacting with it, things have been increasingly more bullish in my opinion. So two very strong interactions with it as support throughout February and January here it would appear. Throughout March, we were metaphorically predicting that because the 24th of January printed a very bullish candle at my support level, and the 24th of February printed one very similar as well. Hypothetically, magically, on the 24th of March, we printed a third interaction with it. And, that is growing increasingly unlikely, but not impossible. So always go with the flow of the confirmations and watch out for EngineeringRobo. So we already invested 20% at my support level way back in January. And then we already put 50% into Bitcoin when bullish parameters were met throughout the beginning of March. We are watching out for a second bearish robo advisor though, because the bearish cross is present and has been, shaking us around since the 14th of March. When two of our chosen three robo advisors become bearish, we will reduce our position accordingly. And if this current daily candle were to close, open close above the descending trend line, we can then put 30% of our investment into Bitcoin, and we would then be fully invested, awaiting continued upside toward my short-term resistance here. In my opinion, $58,202 per Bitcoin is going to be the strongest level of resistance waiting for us in the immediate short term. There will be plenty of levels we interact with along the way, but that is a level overhead, my resistance. You can take profit at that level. However, we always remain 50% invested until bearish parameters have been met. So let me know down below your thoughts on Bitcoin, though. So the fear and greed index here still suggesting a potential, top for Bitcoin around the $173,000 level. I personally do anticipate a six-figure Bitcoin, before any sort of market top per se is to be discussed. I find it very difficult to be bearish during this time. We've had a very aggressive range of sideways ever since 2021. Lots of major factors in the economy, lots of going-ons here in the traditional world of finance and the transition to crypto. And I do believe we are on the brink of a rather aggressive continuation toward the FOMO zone. Watch out for extreme FOMO present. Many traders buying the top, afraid of missing out on continued upside. However, these are also the same people afraid to buy during current times when the market is under extreme fear. Here, you want to be buying low and selling high. We're coming from the fear zone back in March of 2020. Exiting the fear zone throughout, April of 2020 was the last time to buy in the fear zone. Bitcoin has experienced 865% in upside, and we have yet to interact with the FOMO zone, which would eventually be roughly 2,378% in upside from the fear zone to the FOMO zone here. And that would be, comparable to perhaps the previous interaction we've had. We did talk about this more in a previous analysis. However, covering it briefly here, we have our final interaction with the fear zone back in the end of November of 2015 with a $376 Bitcoin. Then we proceeded to experience, a staggering 5,000% in upside into the peak of the uptrend into the FOMO zone, where we peaked near, just under $20,000 per Bitcoin. So I do believe a lot is to happen still. We can even consider perhaps this a very, dramatic range of sideways spanning multiple years here. That may have been what allowed us to experience, roughly 10x in upside throughout, 2020 into 2021. Perhaps a strong bullish exit to this bull run is upon us. But we always go with the flow of the confirmations, and watch out for EngineeringRobo. Check it out for free with the link in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe here on YouTube and tune in for the next one.